Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Well, another week in the books. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope it ended strong for you. I hope you are going to take some time this weekend to enjoy some time with family, friends, do some things you like doing. This is what we work hard for. Doesn't matter whether we made money or not this week. What matters is we take this week, celebrate the accomplishments that we did make, and get ourselves ready and our head clear for the next week. That's what it's all about. Now, this video I was supposed to do yesterday, but I was under the weather yesterday. Ended up sitting down at lunch and I fell asleep because I was on some allergy medication and didn't wake up until my wife called me around 5:30. If she didn't call me, I'd probably still be asleep. But we're gonna get it knocked out today. I'm still kind of under the weather today, which pretty much dictated my trading today. Yesterday ended up losing like $425. I just wasn't myself, and I didn't really understand what I was doing. And a lot of that had to do with the medicine that I was taking. So today I kind of adjusted what I was doing, and we'll talk about that because it kind of falls in place with what I'm going to be talking about in this particular segment of building consistency in your trading. All right, so my I was about to say my mentor, but my intern has all of the previous building consistency trading videos in a playlist. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which you're already here if you're watching this, just click on the playlist. All the previous videos are there in order. The first one is at the bottom, and it just goes from older to newer. This one will drop in probably Monday or Tuesday before I do the next segment. But if you haven't seen these and you want to go back, I suggest you go back. These I think are really, really critical. I put a lot of time and effort into them, and I'm giving them to you. I'm giving back to the community. I'm trying to help you guys get to where you need to be, or give you an idea of what you should be looking for and the help that you're going to need as we move forward. So far, we have built our foundation again. We've done our trading framework. The last two segments, we talked about reading price action, which is critical. It's critical. Reading price action is critical in our trading. So if you haven't done that, go back and watch those two. Especially, you may want to watch them 2 or 3 times. My trading is simple. I know all of these things added together seems like a lot, but it's really, really simple. The process is simple. It's just getting you in the right place. It's building your foundation and starting to frame out your building out your trading. Once you get your house built, you're in good shape. It's just rinsing and repeating. Maintaining and adjusting is basically what you're going to be doing. So today we're at stop 3B, and we're going to talk about managing your emotions. And you're going to see how managing your emotions is going to translate right into above average discipline. Okay, we're going to do most of managing your emotions today. Next week we're going to finish it up and segue into above average discipline, because they're really interconnected, and you're going to see that as we go forward. So we're going to talk about market emotional influences, accepting the truth, and a couple of emotional triggers that we need to really discuss and look at. So that's where we're going to be today. All right, trading is completely different from most things that we will try in life. I've said that time and time again. You know, there is very little that we can actually do to control the outcome of a trade. All right, the little things we can do is execute the trade according to our plan. That's all we can do. Enter when we're supposed to, exit when we're supposed to. But everything in between we have no control over. However, most of the things that we do in life, we can at least control the outcome. Because like I said, in trading, we can't control what the market does. But no matter what we say or do, how much we want it, or how much we believe the market should go in a direction, there's nothing that we can do to make it happen the way we want. And sometimes that can get really, really frustrating. Today was a perfect example. When I share my trade with you from today, it'll be the perfect example. However, most of what we do every day gives us our desired results. When we go turn on the water faucet, if it's working properly, which most of our water faucets are, the water's not going to run unless we turn on the faucet. When we turn on the faucet, we know that the water's going to run as long as we pay the bill, right? When we start our car is just not going to start up by itself. We have to either push the button or use our remote, or some cars still use a key, or you have to put the key in and turn the ignition. If the battery's charged and we've got gas in it and everything works, that car is going to start up every morning for us. But we expect it to start up because that's just it. We turn the water faucet on, we expect it to. When we put something in the microwave, we expect it to cook. When we flush a toilet, we expect it to flush. I know these things are trivial, but what happens when you go to start your car in the morning and it won't start? Or you go to flush the toilet and all it does is clink, 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 and it doesn't do anything. What happens? When things don't do what we want it to do, and it's done it time and time again, we get emotional. Okay? We are emotional beings. So when the desired outcome is not experienced, we get emotional. And sometimes we do things to make our situation worse. And in trading, when that happens, it's going to cause us to lose money we shouldn't lose. That's devastating to our career and our account. So if we can't control what the market does as to get the desired outcomes, we have to deal with the resulting emotions. There's no way around it. Okay, I know some people say trade without emotion, trade without emotion. It's impossible. Unless you're one of those Icemen who can beat the lie detector test and all that stuff, then we're gonna have emotions. So a trader with above average emotional control and a below average process will outperform a trader with below average emotional control and an above average process. All right? We have to, if you, let's say you're that type person that you're going back from this place to that place, you're doing this strategy and that strategy, but you are emotionally solid. You don't lose control. You stay within, your limits, and you execute. But your strategy is just not all that great. But here's somebody with a solid strategy, but lets their emotions get the best of them, they're not going to make it. Doesn't matter how good their process is. No matter how successful their trading strategy is, they will not be able to execute it. So the only thing that will make us successful in trading really is the ability to control and channel our emotions. That's what's going to make us successful. Now, before we go forward, you guys are going to have to accept this truth. If you're going to go forward with me, if not, then you probably will want to stop watching this video at this point. But the truth is, we are emotional beings. There's no way around that. That's how we were born. That's us. To eliminate emotion is to eliminate a vital human characteristic. And we can't do that. We have to manage our emotions, not to try and eliminate them. The fight to eliminate our emotions is 10 times greater than the work that we have to do to learn how to manage them and channel them. Our emotions protect us. That's what keeps us safe. It tells us when it's time to run. It tells us when it's time to fight. It helps us determine, what we need to do in order to be successful in certain situations. All right, so more truths. If you're a trader that is over trading, trading impulsively, revenge trading, you're missing trade after trade after trade, you're hesitating, you're chasing trades, or you're entering too late, or you're taking profits too early, you're putting your stops in too close to where you get stopped out every day, or you're too far away where you're losing too much money. Are you moving your stops because you don't trust what you're doing? You're breaking your rules, or you just plain blowing up account after account after account? Then I guarantee you're trading with your emotions versus your emotions trading with you. It's very important. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. If you're trading with your emotions versus the emotions trading alongside of you, that means you are managing your emotions versus your emotions managing you. It's very, very important that you guys understand that. So the first emotional trigger that we're going to talk about is unrealistic expectations. This is number one. This is the biggest one. Everybody has unrealistic expectations. I was a victim of it this morning. And it's part of me being on medication and not being 100% me. My 100% my trading self. All right, that's what it was. So, why do we have unrealistic expectations? Or why do we have expectations in general? The reason is we're taught from an early age to be goal oriented. Okay, that's the best chance that we're gonna be successful is to have a goal and work towards it. We had, just like in school, our goal was to get good grades, to pass this test, or to pass this assignment, or whatever. We had goals on everything that we did. In physical fitness, we had goals that we wanted to achieve. Physical fitness goals. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how the human mind works. The problem comes in is having unrealistic goals. So here's our problem. How can we have an achievable goal when the outcome is uncontrollable? We know that we can't control what happens in the market. We know that all we can do is put on the trade and just sit back and watch it either work or not work. So what's our goal? How can our goal, be attained when the outcome of what we're doing is uncontrollable? That's what's difficult. And that's what a lot of traders have a hard time wrapping their head around. Okay. And this is exactly why I don't have a daily monetary goal. I don't have a weekly monetary goal. I don't have a monthly monetary goal. My goal every day is to trade my process as accurately as I can. If I go in and I trade my process and I enter and exit when I'm supposed to, I execute my trade plan and my process perfectly, then I've done my job. It doesn't matter how much money I made. And if you do that and you have a process where you win, make money more times than you lose, you're going to make money. You're going to continue to put money into your account. And guys, that is key. That is key. So, the goal has to be realistic based on the circumstances. So I had to look at, okay, what can I control? What do I have the ability to control in my universe? All right. I have the ability to control the stocks that I look at, that I put on watch. I have the ability to control my schedule. I have the ability to control the plans that I put together and how I execute. So I know my control is based on everything going into the trade and executing my order, what my plan. Whatever the market does, I'm able to execute my plan. If it goes up to my target, I can execute my plan. If it goes down to my stop, I can execute my plan. That's what I have control over. So my expectation is going into the trade is that I'm going to be able to execute at 100% accuracy. That I can nail my entry, I can nail my exits. That's it. All right. So, but the goal has to be attainable, and I had to think, can I attain that? Can I personally strive to execute perfectly? And if I miss the trade, I miss it. And if I don't chase, I'm perfect on that execution because I did not execute the trade outside of my parameters. All right, so that goal is attainable. Is it measurable? Can I measure the success? Can I grade myself on my execution? Yes, you can. For me, it's a pass-fail. I'm not looking at A, B, C, D. If I did what I was supposed to do, I passed. If I didn't, I failed. It's a pass-fail. At the end of the month, I look at how many times did I fail in execution? How many times did I pass? What's my goal on that? My goal on that's 100%. So, and it's attainable. So if I'm going to be upset about anything, I'm going to be upset about me not executing perfectly on every trade I take. Because there's no reason why I shouldn't. If the platform messes up, like earlier this week, the platform messed up on me a couple of times. You guys were watching live, you saw it. It just kind of it didn't execute. And then after a minute, it executed, and by then I was all messed up. All right. But I did everything that I was supposed to do when that came about. When that problem came about, I did everything that I was supposed to do. I went through my process. I executed properly. So I passed, even though the outcome wasn't what I wanted, even though things got kind of messed up. How I responded to it and what I did was perfect according to my plan. So that's a pass. And that's all I look at. And my goal is to strive to pass with 100% every week, every day, every week, every month on my executions. All right, so these goals I have they're realistic based on the circumstances. The goal is 100% attainable and it's measurable. Okay, it's not based on anything that I don't have any control over. It's not based on whether the trade makes money or not, because I have no control over that. So, I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, feel free to email me, ed@AverageJoeTrader.com. I'll be glad to talk with you about it, chat with you about it, or whatever we want to do. But I'm putting an emphasis on this because I really want you guys to understand that your goals in trading have to be measurable. They have to be realistic based on the circumstances, and they have to be attainable. Now, I follow a lot of guys at BBT, Bear Bull Traders, and a lot of them follow me. I see the trades they post, and I looked at it a while back, and I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. I don't know if they use dollar amounts, but nobody ever really talks about dollar amounts. It's like their goals are based on how much profit they make based on risk. Stop it. How much profit they make based on how much they risk. That's a realistic goal based on circumstances. No, you can't control the outcome, but you can control how much you risk based on how much profit you intend to make or you're looking to make. So you're able to measure that. And you're able to grade yourself based on, did I stick to that? So it doesn't matter how you do it. There are different ways to do it. You just want to make sure that you have, whatever your goal is, it's realistic based on circumstances. And coming in every day saying you want to make $500 a day is not based on realistic circumstances. You have no idea how much money that market's going to give you that day. You don't. You don't know how your stock's going to be traded or manipulated that day. You don't. So what can we base our outcomes on? What can we base our expectations on? How we perform. The things that we can control. The decisions that we can make that we can control. So just keep that in mind. All right. Also, we have to learn to expect and accept negative and unexpected outcomes. We have to be able to accept that stuff. If we can't, then it's going to be hard for us to set the goals and have the right expectations. Okay, professional traders accept the possibility that the trade will not go as planned. And when the time comes, they're going to take the loss. Because they're not thinking about, stop it. They're not thinking about any of that. Okay, stop. They're not thinking about that. Stop it. My kitten is driving me insane right now. All they're thinking about is their trade plan. Okay, this is telling me that this trade is not going to follow through in the direction that I needed to make money. So it's reached the threshold, we're taking it off. To them, it's not about being right or wrong, because we can't control that. We can't control it, whether the market goes up or down. And we shouldn't be looking at it as, well, I'm wrong or I'm right. I know sometimes we do say, you know what, I made the wrong decision, but it's not because the market's going against me. It's because I either missed a level, I made a mistake in my trade plan, or I made a mistake in execution. That's because if I sit here and get upset because the market goes up when I'm wanting it to go down, I'm stupid, because I have no control over that. And the only time I get caught up in that is, I guess, when I'm under the influence of drugs. I have some prescription allergy drugs because I've had allergies all my life. I'm allergic to damn near everything in the South. And I know when I'm taking those medications, I could do any damn thing. And so I have to protect myself. But, just know that it's not about being right or wrong in this market. Your losing trades should not define you as a person. Likewise, your winning trades should not define you. They're simply elements of your trading business. They don't define who you are. So just make sure that you guys always learn to expect and accept negative and unexpected outcomes. We could be in a trade and something like yesterday happens, news comes out and the market tanks in the middle of our trade and just takes the trade the wrong way. We got to expect that. And we have to be ready to do our job and move on to the next one. It's what we have to do. It's what I try my best to demonstrate every day. All right, so that's gonna wrap this part up. Okay, we're gonna look at the trade from the day, and I'm gonna talk to you about how some of the things I talked about today came into play, with that particular trade. So don't forget, we will wrap this up next week, and then we're going to segue into the discipline aspect of it, because they work hand in hand. They really work hand in hand. So today, finally, we hit 450. I felt it would hit 450 this week. And it did. It didn't get there till today. But, after the push-up Wednesday, I thought, well, hell, that might be it. But it did hold a 5-day yesterday. I'm sorry I wasn't able to come on and do my analysis yesterday. But it did hold a 5-day, which is important. And we bounced off of it and made the run up. Look at where this line has been adjusted. Before, it was all the way up through 470. Now this has been readjusted. So, it may be 460, 458, 459 that this thing will get up to and reject, or potential rejection. So the channel got constricted a little bit more. It opened up, but it's constricted some. So we'll keep an eye on that. But a strong end to the week. And it's just amazing how strong this market is and how it's adjusting and absorbing all of this bad news. It's just absorbing it and just it takes a lick and keeps on ticking. And it's just amazing. It's blowing my mind. It is blowing my mind. So, we'll next week. Yeah, at this point, I don't think there's anything that can happen outside of us declaring all out war to turn this thing around. I mean, it just looks so damn strong right now. The bulls look like they're just in charge. All right, so today, knowing my situation, I decided that I would just trade. I would just do a oops, this came on wrong. I would just do a all day hold. Now, I know all day holds have not really been ideal. But because what's happened, and we see this every day, and I point this out every day, how the market goes up, it comes back down, and then it trades sideways. We don't really have a whole lot of trends. But looking at PTON, I felt worst case scenario, we should be able to get at least test this 101.67 level. And if we can get through that, it may get stuck at 100 today, or it may even get down and retest the bottom of this channel, where the pivot was after earnings was announced yesterday. So my thing was, let's give it a chance. I can't day trade. I'm not going to make the right decisions, as I proved yesterday. So, I got in when it broke the 5-minute open range low. I waited until we confirmed under all of this garbage and got in and just kind of let it go. And, we did get the bounce here. It pulled back some. And I'm going to tell you what's frustrating about this. If you sit here and watch this channel, watch this all day, what will frustrate you is that you do 30 minutes worth of work and then one 5-minute candle erases it. You do 30 minutes worth of work or 45 minutes worth of work and then one candle erases it. And it gets frustrating if you sit here and watch this. And I just don't do it. If you're going to do an all-day hold, you just get in it. At the end of the day, you take it off. And I was getting upset early because I was watching this. And I was like, man, this is working out great. And then all of a sudden it stops. And then it starts working out great. And then it stops. Taking me on that emotional roller coaster. Well, knowing that I'm weak because I'm on medication, I need to walk away from this. Because I'm feeling too emotional. At that point, my emotions were taking over, and I was looking at doing stupid stuff in the market. That's when you feel that, because everybody's going to feel it. That's when it's time to get out. I don't know if you guys remember Mark Douglas, talking about how things can affect you in your trading day. Whether you have a fight with your kids or whether you have a fight with your spouse, or whether you're at work, you have a fight with your boss. All of this stuff, or somebody upsets you driving to work. Just like, let's say your car doesn't start that morning. Let's use one of our examples from the class. The car doesn't start. And you get pissed off because of it. It makes you late. You may have to spend money to get it going. You're not in the right frame of mind, and you come in and you start trading. You're trading on emotion. Your emotion is your enemy at that point, not your ally. And your emotion should be your ally. It should be there to protect you from yourself. So you have to train it to do that. That's why you may need help. That's why I give mentoring time. I donate my time to the members who sign up for the specific memberships. You get the time. It's not that you're here alone. You have the ability to say, hey, look, I'm struggling. I'm taking revenge trades. Okay, or chasing trades. I'm hesitant. I'm taking profit too early. All of these things you could be dealing with. That's what I help people with. That's what I help you with. I've been through all of this. And I've helped a lot of traders get through it. There are a lot of traders that quit. I'm not going to lie about that. Because they don't want to deal with it. But if this is what you want to do, and this is your passion, and you want this to change your life, you're going to have to take advantage of every opportunity you have to get knowledge on what you're working through. And you got to make sure the knowledge is legit, though. But you definitely need to put in the time and get that knowledge. So today, let's see, I forgot what I made today. Sorry guys, I forgot to do this today. I forgot to do this. Excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna let you know exactly where I ended up today. There we go. 183.46. Man, what a home run day for me. I thought it was gonna be a home run day after this morning, but it just didn't. It didn't follow through. So that's where we're at today. I did use IV this morning. I wasn't going to deal with Thinkorswim just yet. I'll come back to it next week. But that's why I've got a little bit of commissions today. IV is still really cheap on commissions anyway. So it's no big deal one way or the other. 981.35. Like I said, yesterday was the bad day. Tuesday, yeah, I kind of messed Tuesday up. Both of these days I messed up because I was aggressive. If I hadn't been aggressive, this could have been a $700 day. This could have been another $600 day. I could have had a lot better days, but overly aggressive and everything. But still, almost $1,000 to end the week. I can't complain. We've got 2 more days to close out this month. I can, I've got a good month going. Almost $3,000 the first month, missing a day. $2,100 another week, missing a day. Seems like the days I work all week, I don't do very well. Maybe I need to take 1 day off a week and see how that works. Anything to make this trading work, right? So, but that's it. I'll share the equity curve next week when I do the first video of the week and all that stuff. But I'm getting ready to hit the road, going to the coast. I gotta breathe some saltwater air. That's gonna help with my allergies, clear my sinuses, and I'll be ready to go. So you guys have a great night, a great weekend. Those of you that come to the swing session, it's going to be on Sunday evening, 8 o'clock Sunday evening. The calendar is up. You know, my intern is in school. He's helping me out. A lot of stuff. So I'll give you the link to the playlist for all of the other videos in this series. So if you missed any and you want to go back and check them out, you can do that. So I'm gonna stop talking and get the hell out of here. So you guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you next week.